Hi there, Gemini, and this is your July 2019 Love Monthly Forecast reading for those who are in the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Okay, so for Geminis, I feel that this is the month wherein you're going to put a stop on things. Not necessarily that you are going to, create some form of disturbance in a relationship. Not really in that sense, but I kind of feel that this is the month wherein you are going to take a stand on things and take action on certain things. And this could be, a sense wherein you have been working yourself too much in a relationship. Maybe you're putting so much effort in pleasing the other person, putting so much effort to the point wherein you are feel you're taking this responsibility. I feel to do everything to keep the relationship alive. I feel that is the right explanation for this. The first card that you have is the Hangman, and the Hangman in a situation type of relationship would mean that this could be that, well, you are in a time wherein you are reflecting, you are probably just had a breakup, and you're seeing things in different angles at this time. And this could also mean that, there is a sense of feeling alone or being alone. It could be that you are in a relationship, but you are somehow feeling detached, or the other person is being detached. And no matter what you do, things are not progressing in a way that you want them to be. And this could be, if you are single, you are at the point where you wanted to be in a relationship. You don't know how. There is something that you want to create a balance on. At the same time, it is also the source of your frustration and struggle, because we do have the Six of Pentacles as the challenge for the Hangman. It could be that you are very used to being your own self, being alone, even though that you are in a relationship, there is a tendency that because you do your own thing, you tend to have a problem. Not really a problem, but you tend to have a hard time with compromising with the other person. And that could be a focal point, a focus for the month of July. So yeah, the foundation card we have here is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands, as I said before, is a form of stress. This is some form of burden. Maybe you have been being too hard on yourself recently with this relationship, with how you are seeing yourself, because I'm speaking in terms of whether you're single, in a relationship, or, wanting to be with a person, or wanting to free yourself from someone. So, regardless what your relationship status is right now, there is a form of burden here. And in the recent past, we do have the Five of Pentacles. And this is a card of a relationship that's not doing so well, a relationship that probably has their passion died down. So I feel that this is really more of a struggle in keeping something alive. And it does not always mean the relationship itself. It could mean that you want to have that spark of passion back in your in the relationship that you are in currently. This can also mean that, this is a relationship that has been through ups and downs in life. You've been through in a relationship wherein you've been together through thick and thin, but you are now facing a crossroad to where this relationship really is gonna go. The crowning energy here is the moon, and the moon always signify, a definite something to happen. It could signify some form of faith coming into place. It could also mean that, all these things are on your mind, and it's going to be something that you are really gonna feel, especially if you have been debating something recently in your life, because we do have the two of swords here. Do have the two of swords as your last card of the deck, and I always see the two of swords as I always see the last card of the deck as the point of energy in a certain reading. It is telling us an underlying theme and possible near future that the reading is for. It could represent both the near future and the recent past at the same time. So I always mention them whenever I have a chance. So yeah, so it has been something that you have been debating. And in the near future, you do have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is a card wherein you take a stand on something because there is something that you're not happy with. And it does not have to be something drastic. It does not have to be, a threaten in a relationship. It could be, it could be something really petty as well. But there is something that you don't like, basically. And you point this out, you do something, and you take action. And with how this reading is going, I really feel that it could be that in the recent past you have tried to, you didn't say anything. You tried to understand, you try to carry all the burden. And you don't really try to confront, you don't try to question things. At the very least, with the Geminis that I am picking up for this reading. So in the near future, I feel that things will just blurt out of your mouth, and you might say something. It could be something that you are planning, but it comes in a very abrupt way, that kind of thing. The power that is representing you is the Hierophant card, and this is really a card wherein you have learned a lot. You have experienced a lot, have learned a lot, and this is also the card wherein you feel that you are in the right path. And a card of, you know, there is a form of justice right here. Like, whatever decision or path that you are going to take or do in a relationship, it is driven by the force of doing things the right way because it is what is right, because traditionally this is what it should be. So you're really not being very supportive of very modern ways of doing things. So it could be it could be like, your partner is is being detached, playing games and all that, and you have this idea that you should be the person that should be supporting me, and you shouldn't be doing this, blah, 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 blah. So I really can't think of a good example for this, but basically, there is of what is right. What is the right thing to do? What you should be doing, what I should be doing, what I should not be doing, and what you should not be doing. You know, there are a lot of things like that that is going to come into play in this relationship, or in this reading at the very least, that I'm picking up. The external factors involved here is the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is, you know, a moving forward kind of thing. You know, if you are in a situation wherein things are have been really rocky, this is a card wherein something is pushing you or the relationship to go in a place wherein the waters are a lot more calmer, that kind of thing. So there is a sense of progression right here. So if there are things that have been in a delayed situation in the past, you know, there is going to be movement. There is going to be a sense of moving forward. So if there is something that you need to confront in a relationship, you will be able to do so, or the other person will take a stand on things like that. This could also mean that the Queen of Swords can represent you, or can represent the person in your life. And if you're a man, this can represent the woman of your life, and they might have some form of power over you. Maybe they are not happy with the way how you're doing things, so they might say something. And your hopes and fears here, we do have this Strength card, and this is getting your power back. Especially if you've been on the martyr side of things, really, because with this reading, with the Foundation card and the past and all that, I kind of feel that things were not in your favor, and you're always the one who takes care of things. You're always the one who does things. It's like, you know, if you're in a marriage and you are the wife, for example, you're doing all the things that a father or a husband should be doing. So there are those kind of aspects in play here. And you want things to happen in the right way. You're the man. Aren't you supposed to be the one that is supporting this family and all that? Those kinds of things. And mind you, I'm just saying this in one aspect, but it can definitely play out in different things. So you might just have to, you know, relate this to your own situation if it's applicable. So, yeah, but definitely a certain person, a certain man is quite prominent in this reading, because we do have the Hierophant card, we do have the man here. So I would say that there is a possibility that a Gemini man is very much apparent on this reading. So I'm not really sure if you are a Gemini with a Gemini man in a relationship, or you are that guy, that man in this reading. So you might have to face this Queen of Swords. This is the type of woman that, you know, when she says something, it has to be followed through. So, yeah, the outcome card that you have is the Seven of Wands. So, regardless of what you are going through at this time, I feel that you now come to a point wherein you will have much power in you, and you will take action. This is a very action oriented card. And this is the card wherein if I do something right, and not just right, it has to lead me to some form of results, some form of victory in place. So, yeah, I feel that there is going to be a communication that is coming to the forefront. I feel that it could be delayed as well, but it will definitely push through this time around. And any upsets that you have with a person or in a relationship, it is coming to a point of reaching some form of confrontation as well. And something official can be done during the month of July for you guys, since it does shows here that we have the crossroads here. So the crossroads are definitely a point wherein you have to make a decision, and it's something that you have been um, thinking about for quite some time now, or it could be that it's something that you are already experiencing even last month or the past few months, but you have never really addressed the issue, whatever issues that you had in the past that never had some form of conclusion. This would be the time wherein you might need to have a conclusion on certain things. And if you are in a relationship wherein you really don't know what is your stand or what this relationship is all about, this would be the time wherein there are going to be labels, there is going to be truth that you are going to be finding out, or news that you are going to be receiving, and you are going to be fighting for your right. And that is the most important thing right here, because in the recent past, what I'm seeing here is that you are just going with the flow and not trying to force anything. But this time around, what I'm seeing here is that you are really going to move forward. You are going to push for what is right. You're going to fight for what you deserve, really, is what I'm seeing here. So, yeah, this is my reading for you guys, for Geminis out there. I do hope that this reading has resonated with some of you. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you like this type of reading. So, yeah, and I'll see you guys again next month.